First, I want to take my hat off to Tennessee. I thought their coaching staff did an amazing job at preparing their players. They fought really well. Just a classy football team, and they did an amazing job. Also want to be able to thank our staff and our fans for supporting us, following us, being down here. It's a great venue. I think that this Aflac game has been going on for years, and I'm very thankful that we had the opportunity of being in it. I'm happy for our players and their families, and just all the fans and all the alum that got a chance to come out here and support us today. It really means a lot that they were able to do that.
Questions? We'll start right here in the second row with Chris, then go to Dan right in front.
Fran, Devin obviously went out and didn't come back. Do you have a sense of how serious his injury is at this point?
Not sure, not at this point.
Do you know? And same thing with Barry Buxton.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Not at this point. We didn't stress like how serious or isn't it. I think they may have been able to come back in. I'm not really sure, just because of the magnitude of the game and where it was. So sometimes when just different things happen. So for me, I don't know that yet. So I can't give you a direct answer. So I don't know.
Okay. And then defense was an area where you guys knew you sort of had to get better coming into this season. What did you think they struggled with the most, or why did you think they struggled?
What do you want me to say?
It could have been their tempo. It could have been just how good they are.
I think we handled the tempo well. I don't think we tackled well in open field. I thought that we handled the tempo well. I thought that this way is kind of hard to. I thought that we handled the tempo well, but I did think that we could tackle better. I thought there were times in the game where we were able to get a couple of 3 and outs, and when we were able to do that, you could see the football team that we can be. But they kind of just did a little bit better than we did. Their offense ran the ball extremely well. I think the run game was what opened up their passing game a little bit. And so from that standpoint, I feel as though we just got to tackle better in open field.
Go to Dan in front.
Fran, we looked at last season, 4th and 1, 4th and 9, and you brought that up a lot. The guys bring it up a lot. This game in the first half, you went for it on 4th and 10, and it worked out. Just what you can say about going for it at that time.
No, it was just something that you had to do at that moment just because of the magnitude of the game and where the game could have went to. You didn't want the momentum to stay on their side. They had momentum a lot of the game, so it was just going through the monotony of football, and that momentum at the moment was important that we were able to go and get that. So I just told them go for it.
And then as far as Steve Angeli, just your takeaways from him having his first start, just what you saw from him throughout the game.
I think that Steve did a pretty good job. I think that he had our team behind him. We fully support him. I fully support the way that he played today. A couple mistakes, but nothing major that we can't fix. I feel as though he'll be a good quarterback for us down the road. Real good quarterback.
We'll go to Steve in the 4th row, and then come back up to Javon up front. No,
That's not the right.
That's not right.
Coach, along those lines about going forward on 4th and 10, that game had a chance to get away from you pretty early, and you guys battled back and to the point where you're a possession or so away from making that really interesting at the end. I know there are no moral victories, but did you see some things today that you feel like you're encouraged by and you can build upon here moving forward? I'll
have to watch the game forwards, though. I mean, I'm very thankful that our players continue to play, right? But for me to just say, I don't, it's about wins and losses. But I am very thankful that the players went out and they fought and they stayed together. I think that's a part of us building the culture and building the program. So I'm extremely thankful that they were able to do that. But to tell you there's some moral victories or things of that nature, I think that's, for me, that would be like a loser's mentality. So I can't say that, but I'm very thankful that our players stuck together and they continue to fight until the last play.
Fran, your no-huddle offense seemed to really work. Was that something that you guys wanted to get to from the jump, or did the score dictate that, or was that just always part of the game plan? What did you think of the operation?
It's just a game. I thought they did a good job. I think Jeff's really well at what he do, and it's just a feeling in the football game that we go through. We can go either or, but when you feel you can do some things, being able to go fast, it helped a lot. So just something that we done just because it was working at the moment.
When you were looking at the film, did you anticipate Tennessee using McMurray in as many different ways as they did and him making that much of an impact on the game?
Yeah, thought he was a good football player. I thought he was a good football player since he was being recruited out of high school. So, I just thought he can play ball. So it's part of the game.
into the second row to the Daily Orange, but we'll go Zach and Cooper back to back, please.
Fran, it felt like Tennessee was really trying to go at Demetrius early. Just how did he sort of deal with that in terms of getting attacked early in the first quarter there?
I thought it was good for him. I mean, he was a freshman. The kid should be a senior in high school. He's in college. He got beat on a deep pass, and he came back and he played. For me, I was always worrying about what was he going to do after he got beat. And he showed that he was tough and he meant to be in college. He came back, had a breakup, made a couple other little plays, tackled. I'm excited about his future. I think he'll be well. It's always about when you get beat, what do you do afterwards, right? Like that's how you probably should judge us after we go through. But I thought he did a really good job after he got beat, and I'm proud of him. Proud of him going out there and consistently competing. He had his chin up when he ran in the locker room because I wanted to be there and look every player in the eye and see him, and he had his head up, right? And, I just told him, just keep fighting. I love you. It'll come back.
Was there anything specifically you just saw from him after those few plays that he did better to not get beat, or what did you see from him after?
It's a leverage thing, right? It's a leverage thing. It's about leverage a little bit. Being able to turn and go. I think the most important break is turn and go, where a lot of times you don't put as much emphasis into it. But he did a good job, man. Happens sometimes. So, I mean, he made the play earlier. I think he misjudged the ball as a freshman, got too excited, and misjudged it. He got a PI. Then that other one came later on, but he'll be fine. He had a break up on the sideline, a tackle, a couple different things. I'm very thankful for his future. I'm excited about his future and thankful that he's a student athlete here at Syracuse.
Fran, Steve was under duress a lot tonight.
Repeat that.
Steve was under duress a lot tonight. Just one, how do you feel like he handled the pressure from their pass rush, and what do you think Tennessee's front four did so well to match up with your O-line today?
I think they did a lot of disguising, moving, just moving the front, doing different things of that nature, bringing backers from different levels, having them outside. Then they'll also go in and stunt the front, then have them blitzing from the inside. So they did a good job doing that. I would say Steve handled it well. Maybe held the ball possibly a little long, maybe one or two times, but in the same sense, I just want to take my hat off to their defense. I thought they did a good job, and they gave us some looks that obviously was a problem. I think we gave up 5 sacks tonight, and that's not good. It's hard to win when you give up 5 sacks, so we got to go back and be able to fix that. So a couple maybe on the protections, us calling them out. A few others just we maybe held the ball a little bit too long, but it's so easy to just say that now. I would have to watch the tape and tell you that more. But I'm very thankful for him. I think he's going to be a really good quarterback here for us. I'm really happy that he's at the helm for us.
Mario on the camera platform.
Along the lines of your run game, Coach, all the way in the back. Will Nixon's a guy that's played at this level. Willis, only played in a couple of games last year. How would you assess his play, kind of stepping into that role today?
I think we got to give Willis the ball more. I think he's, I've been saying for a while. I mean, at some point, I got you. It's, you got to get him the ball. We want to make sure that we get him the ball more. I think he's going to be the guy that can run the rock. I think him and Will both do a good job. We want to get other guys involved also. So he did a good job, though. I think he's the best player on the team from an offensive perspective. So it'll be a good deal.
Chris right here in the second row.
Fran, Jonte was obviously very effective early, and then maybe they took him away, or maybe you saw some other things in the second half. Did they change anything in how they defended him in the second half?
No, I think his body started tightening up a little bit, and then I think Tyshawn Russell was doing a pretty good job. So just from there. Okay, you guys pause the cameras and stuff like that real fast for me. It's kind of hard to be up here trying to answer you guys' questions when y'all keep talking back there. It's a little bit disrespectful. I know we lost, but let's focus a little bit.
Can we stop, please? Thank you.
Could you repeat that? Because I can't really. I'm trying to hear two things. It's tough for me. Sorry about that.
No.
And sorry, I know that's important what you're doing. I apologize. But I want to make sure that I give you the utmost respect that you deserve.
I appreciate it. And thank you. You were talking about Jonte and sort of the difference between the first half and the
He
second.
started to, his body started tightening up a little bit. I think one time he got tackled, went down, but he just started to get tight a little bit. But he kept going in and out pushing. But I thought that Tyshawn Russell started to be able to play too. So you want to try to keep guys with the hot hand for sort of the game of football.
And then I know, right, like you said, 5 sacks is too much. but it's also 4 new faces. It's Tennessee. How did you think the offensive line sort of did?
I think Tennessee did a really good job, but that doesn't mean it's okay, right? You said it's 4 new faces, it's Tennessee. I thought they did a really good job. I feel that there was a time or two that if we would have got another stop, we'd have got a chance to go score. So it was like a kind of a close game to a certain extent. So 5 sacks is unacceptable no matter what it is. As long as I'm the head football coach, that will never be acceptable for us to be able to do that. So I have to get us better. Like I told the players, I got to do a better job of getting you prepared throughout the week. So that way when we get into this atmosphere and we have an opportunity to keep it close. I think our players are good enough that we need to make sure the game gets low. I don't want the games to ever get out of reach, right? As long as they're in reach, we'll have a chance to win because that's the way college football is, right? When it gets out of reach, I want you guys to start thinking that their players are just that much better, right? Because people always say, well, they beat us like that, France. A couple people coming in started telling me, you got to get better players, you got to get better players. Now my players are straight. We got to execute. Right? This is a game of execution. It's not about the players. It's about being able to execute, and that starts from the top down. So I got to make sure I go back and watch everything, do everything the right way to make sure that I put the guys in position to be able to execute. Sometimes the scheme may be a little too hard for some people. Maybe it's a little too easy, and they're able to break it faster. But I think it always starts with the coach, and then after the coach is able to analyze himself to make sure we check everything else out, then I'll come back and talk to you about it. But 5 sacks was on me.
Take 3 more. We'll start with Mikey in front.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask, how much of this loss was due to lack of experience or Tennessee just being the better team today?
I think they was the better team. They beat us today. He was the better coach than I was. He had his team more prepared than I had our team. So, therefore, they're 1-0 this week. We 0-1 right now. And I'm just looking to go 1-0 next week, to be honest. I appreciate you asking that.
On that note, Coach, about the improvement of teams from the first week to the second week of the season, can you talk about that and what your message is going to be to the team? Because it's after you lose, what happens after that?
There's a process that we follow through every day, and we just got to get back to the drawing board, go back and do everything the right way. Monday will be Monday's practice. Tuesday's going to be Tuesday's practice. And you just follow that process, right? And everyone has to play their part in that process, especially when you're trying to build a culture and there's unity, right? With unity, everyone has to be completely involved. Like, I don't pray that half of the team could be involved and the other half can't, and then you get a win because then that win isn't real and you won't be able to sustain it, right? When you're trying to have a real culture and a real winning program, everyone has to be completely involved and completely locked in. But there's a process that you follow daily. And when you go through that process doesn't mean you have to win at the end of the week. The other team's also having a process. You just hope that you guys are more bought in, and in the fourth quarter, you got 1 more point than them.
And we'll finish right in front of Dan.
Coach, you always lean on faith and lean on the family and the bigger picture. That message in the locker room afterward, just what you wanted to say to the guys about, like you said, everybody prepares, everybody goes through the process. Someone has to win. What is that message that you wanted them to leave with as they leave Atlanta here today?
We best make sure we stay together, continue to fight. For me, it's about doing everything the right way, though. To me, it starts with my faith, but then it's after I get my faith on Monday morning, we also got breakfast. After breakfast, you got class, and you have all those things. And I don't want anything to happen. Like, a lot of times things happen for people all of a sudden, and they didn't really deserve it, and then it kind of get blown up in their face, right? I want everything to be truly deserved because of the work we put in, from an academic standpoint to a football standpoint to practice, from studying at practice, doing all the things needed when practice is over, making sure we're at dinner, going over to study hall. You got to be able to live your life completely right for it to work the right way, especially when I'm consistently talking about faith and wanting to do it through faith and wanting it to be work out that way. You just got to keep doing it over and over the right way, and eventually it all works out the right way, and you just naturally become addicted to winning, right? Guys will become addicted to winning, right? Because if you got 7 classes in 1 week and you miss 3, how you expect to go win Saturday? How you do anything is how you do everything. And that's how I want our guys to understand and be able to analyze this thing called life that they're starting to go through on their own, right? They're young men becoming men, and when you're doing things the right way, I want that household that they all run to be ran the right way. I want it to be ran on things being done right, with good morals, with integrity, right? Understanding and knowing that you represent your name, and most importantly, we get an opportunity to represent this S. and this block S holds a lot of weight throughout the country. So I want to make sure that's being done the right way.
Thank you, Coach.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.